The Prenup is brought to you by Channel 4, the home of streaming and live TV.
What would you miss the birth of our first child for, Tom?
How did we get there?
It really annoys me when you put a T-shirt on for 5 minutes and immediately put it in the wash bin after.
I'm just a clean person. I don't know if this prenup is helping our relationship or breaking it at this moment.
I feel we are learning so much about each other to the point where we can go home and kind of use it against each other.
Yeah, I'm engaged to a 5-year-old.
Oh, wow.
You shift the blame a lot. You always go, before you apologise, you always tell me, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Prenup episode 5. Yes!
Oi, oi.
Oi, oi. This is where nothing is left off the table before we say I do.
I'm Molly Rainford.
I'm Tyler West.
And if you couldn't tell by the name of this podcast, we are engaged.
Yes, exactly.
Getting married is hard, but staying married is even harder, which is why we've got the prenup.
Yeah.
Which is looking really pretty, by the way.
It's looking good now.
Yeah.
It's actually looking like we're getting some good clauses into it. Okay.
Yeah.
So this is what we do every single week. We go away, we see what's popping off in the algorithm at the moment. We do our research, and we say that term very loosely. And then we put our relationship to the test, create a prenup clause alongside you, and we put this on this massive board behind us. Last week's episode was about we listening and we don't judging.
Yeah. That's exactly what it is.
Yeah, if you haven't seen episodes 1 to 4 already, go and check them out, then come straight back here because they're very juicy.
Do you know what? If you haven't seen it, you're quite lucky because you've got bingeable episodes now.
Exactly. And you're along for this ride with us. So please do, at the same time, go and follow us on our socials. It's at prenup.pod, or you can email the podcast as well, theprenup@bauermedia.co.uk. Last week, right, I just got to say, right, since we did that one, I've actioned some of the points from last episode.
Have you?
I've actioned some of the points. I don't know if you've noticed that I've actioned some of the points from last episode.
No, I haven't really.
Okay, so you was talking about when we was doing like we listen and we don't judge and things like that. You said to me something about the shower screen, right?
Oh, yeah. Oh, I've noticed that actually. I didn't want to say nothing, but I've noticed that.
You shower before me so that then I have to then clean the shower
correct.
screen.
Yes,
right, so
correct.
you leave me with the toughest job to do in the bathroom. Yeah?
I don't think it's the toughest
It is
job.
the toughest job to do in the bathroom.
I clean the toilet more than you.
Well, plot twist, I've been getting showered earlier.
No, I have
So
noticed
now,
that.
yeah, you've noticed you can't reach the top bits. Now the bubble's at the top, it's jarring, isn't it? How's that feel?
Yeah, it doesn't feel great. I've had to get my step out.
Yeah.
So I'm a
Also, can we just... Molly isn't lying about this step. So I was like, when we first moved into our flat, she was like, oh yeah, no, I can't really reach like the top drawers and top cupboards and things like that. She's got this tiny little step, which is basically like 10 centimetres
It's the
off the
equivalent to
floor.
like one step.
It's stupid. That's what it is. It is the tiniest step I've ever seen in my
But
life.
it works.
I want a proper ladder.
As a 5'3" girly, like we have to take these measures into our own hands
Okay.
and purchase one singular step.
I'm not using that
And
step.
it does change the game.
I think it's an ick.
I
if
can
use that
now
step.
reach the top shelf.
Me getting on that step is an ick.
It's a little
It's just
bit.
like just one step.
Yeah.
That's
And if you're
not
not tall enough, like realistically, it shouldn't be up there. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, fine. Yeah, very fair.
I've also been kind of practicing what I preach. And from last week's game, you told me that you sometimes like to start a little argument with me before we go out.
Yeah.
So I get ready quicker.
Yeah.
So if you say something that pisses me off,
Yeah.
have you noticed that I'm so unfazed?
Yeah.
And I just carry on about my business? Because I'll be ready when I'm ready,
In all
Tyler.
honesty, I thought maybe I just need to reel it in a bit and maybe I'm in the doghouse. I thought you're just unfazed because...
Well, there was elements of doghouse in there. But realistically, I was like, look, I will not be rushed.
Right.
Look,
Okay, so that's why you're taking your sweet time.
When we get there.
That's why you're taking your sweet time.
Absolutely.
I don't know if this prenup is helping our relationship or breaking it at this moment. Honestly, this is not how it was meant to go. When we started out and we was like, babe, can't wait. We're going to start a podcast. It's going to be great. I mean, I'll tell you what, it's going to make our relationship stronger. No, we need therapy.
I feel we are learning so much about each other to the point where we can go home and kind of use it against each other.
Yeah, it's almost like ammunition so that
Yeah.
each one of us, we're getting stronger. We're getting stronger
You're
at
letting
fighting.
too many things slip, Ty, and then what happens is like I learn from those and I think, right, when I get in, like I said, I'm not going to bite. So I need my extra time to put my mascara on.
Yeah.
As the podcast crew already know.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, we're always waiting to start for you doing your makeup. Like,
Sorry.
Every single person in this room has come in saying, right, okay, guys, we ready? It's like,
I'm like, yeah.
Like, come on, wing all day.
It's what it is.
But we are 5 episodes in now. It's very special to even come 5 episodes along the way. I'm pretty shocked. I've learned about myself, though, that I'm getting more patient at things. Like, prime example was the other night. So this heat wave, this stupid weather that's been going on in the UK, we've had, like, there was the lightning and thunder.
Oh, yeah, that was fun.
The other week. Which, by the way, lightning and thunder is one of the scariest things in the world. I don't care what anybody says. I'm going to be a shit father when it comes to that.
Okay.
Because if the kids are scared, I'm scared too. I can't reassure that. That's not my
worries
job.
me. That also worries me when it comes to spiders too, though.
Yeah, I can't do that. I'm not doing a bush to control.
We've got no one in the house.
There's no one in the house.
We best hope our kid turns into like a little Bear Grylls.
Yeah.
And
Otherwise,
it's just
I'm moving
unfazed.
out. If a spider comes out, I'm moving
honestly,
out.
I'm convinced, like, there's times where we might have to sell our house when there's spiders in there.
Yes. I'm not dealing with
Well,
that.
I'm glad we're on the same page with that.
We agree. But the thunder and lightning happened, right?
Yeah.
And it happened at like 3 a.m. And obviously my alarm goes off sometimes 3:30, sometimes 3:45, yeah, in between that phase. So I've woken up early
Sometimes
before my
4.
alarm. Sometimes 4, depending on how quick I don't want to shower. I've then woken up and I'm going, why is this light going off? I'm going, for fuck's sake, she's on her phone at this time. I've turned over about to have a screaming argument with you. Then I realised it was the lightning. So I was like, okay, patience, Ty, go back to bed.
I love how I'm the first thing you went to.
Yes.
That's just rude.
And then my patience got tested again.
Right.
When we was falling asleep. Obviously, it's dirt hot. It's like 35 degrees at night time. And you turned over in bed and your foot touched me. And you know I don't like being touched when I'm overheating and sweating. What did I do? Nothing. I let your foot touch me.
Oh, well, thank you.
My patience is getting better, so better. Like, honestly.
Unconscious Molly was so grateful. Thank you so much.
Yeah. You're welcome.
It's really kind.
You're welcome.
Do you know what I've learned about you on this pod? Is that you're not a great freestyle rapper.
That's cool. Guys, you don't need to react as well. We don't need to give that. We don't need to. Do you know what? We don't need to give that any energy.
All right.
We don't need to give that any energy because, do you know, I'll let you have that. I'll let you have that. Just watch.
Look,
this is episode 5. Watch the comeback.
I've learned some of my flaws. When it was time to distract me, you kind of went a little bit more in than I did.
I'm not even being funny. Your farts be sounding like a bad dark comedy. It was something. What if you took offense? If the shoe fits.
Fair.
But either way, I'll take that. I'm not good at this.
But do you know what? Like, from what we've learnt so far, especially last week's episode, is that we also aren't bad at apologising to each other. We could be better. Sometimes you're a little bit slower.
No, I'm definitely slower because I need to let my emotions calm down.
Yeah. You need to simmer for a second.
Otherwise, I don't mean it. Do you know what I mean? I want to say it from a clean heart with calm reflection.
But one thing I like about us is that we are capable of it, but maybe we just need to work on that a little bit.
Yeah, because we have different versions of sorry. Like, if I really mean
That's true.
If I really mean it, I will give you a spiel as if I'm in like a Ryan Gosling love story. I will confess my love to you and I will do things to like make up for it, acts of service, all that stuff.
Yeah, you're good at that.
If we're texting and I don't really mean the apology and I just put sorry with one X, that's a powerful statement.
Do you know what it's like? Do you remember when you were younger and like if you were texting your mate and you put 2 X's and they only put 1, you'd be like, are you mad at me?
Head spun. I'm overthinking. I'm not sleeping.
Yeah.
I'm not sleeping. I'm like, I've pissed
I'm
them
not
off.
saying, let's not get into that.
We're not getting into that.
No.
That's childish.
If I don't send you an X, it's because I was typing fast and I'm busy.
If I send you 1 X, I still mean it. I don't care.
Okay.
I'm just like, yes.
Kind of a contradiction of what you just said, though. Okay. But no, I think we should actually give each other an apology for the we listen and we don't judge.
Okay. What, right now?
So I just sincerely want to say, like, I don't judge you. I love you and I'm sorry if it's not felt that way before. But
that's really sweet.
Thank you.
I was just seeing if you was crossing your toes or your fingers as you were
No,
saying.
nothing's crossed.
All right, sweet. Well, I'm sorry for the we listen and we don't judge. I'm sorry for if you took offence to any of the stuff that I said. I'm sorry if it upset you.
Okay. Thank you.
And I love you. So.
Oh, brilliant. So the reason that I wanted to talk about apologies, right, is because
Go on.
the public apologies
Yeah.
have been looming recently because obviously we're in the World Cup.
Come on, England.
England. One of the players in the tournament basically said that he would fly home to go and watch his first child being born.
Oh, yeah, I saw this.
And this lady, he's like a Belgian player. And this lady in France, called France, Perrion.
It's just going to put it out there. Her parents are lazy.
Yeah, I know.
That is insane.
I know.
Because and the tests we do with baby names, me and Molly don't have baby names, right? Like everybody tries
Oh, it's
to
the
have a
biggest
list.
bane of our
It's
lives.
stupid because anytime you mention a baby name, somebody will come up to you and go, oh, no, I went to school with someone like that and they were an idiot. and things
Yeah,
like that.
or they still suck their thumb at like 6.
I wondered what you was going to say then. But yeah, no, but the reason how we test it, if anybody mentions a baby name, is that we think if you're going to stand in a park and shout for them to like call them back to you,
Yeah.
how's her parents going, France, come here? That you're getting weird looks in the playground.
Francis. But anyway, so she had to apologise to this Belgian player because she said hundreds of footballers would kill to play, in the World Cup.
Yeah, granted.
Why would you leave to go watch a baby? And then Ollie Watkins, England,
Come on.
he was like, absolutely he should be there, which I think is absolutely right. Like, as if you're going to miss something. I get it. Football's a dream. We've got big dreams and big aspirations. But if I was having my first child and you weren't there, I'd be a bit pissed off. So what would you miss the birth of our first child for, Tom?
How did we get there? We don't flip that. We're going back and we're talking about France and Ollie Watkins and all these players there. You can't just heat me up and like ask that. I'm not there yet. My thing is like, look, okay, I'm going to back myself here. The World Cup comes around every 4 years.
Yes, correct.
This birth of the baby comes around once in a lifetime
Correct.
experience because it would just be that one child being born, right? Was FaceTime an opportunity in this process? I'm ruling out technology and everything like that.
Yeah, we're ruling out technology.
In fact,
Although
that's crazy.
I did see another player on FaceTime to his wife while she was giving birth. I thought, when you were planning these children, why are you all doing it just before the World Cup?
What was that?
You just think, all right, World Cup's in 9 months. Let's have a baby.
Well, they're not going, oh, yeah, right, okay, you got the World Cup coming up. Yeah, this time we do it, this is going to be the baby one. I'll do that on purpose. No, but also, first of all, that's insane. To be legs akimbo with a fucking iPhone in between your legs, filming, and births ain't nice.
The vaginal canal.
The births are not nice. This is not nice, honestly. Like,
What do you mean it's not nice?
Like a baby coming out is like nobody can go, oh, they're so cute. I'd faint. You look like an alien coming out of a womb like that.
Fine.
Because your head, they use the suction thing on your head.
Not always.
I got the suction thing.
Yeah, because you've got a big head.
That's okay. But it's not nice. So,
But
having legs akimbo and an iPhone there,
What
it's
I
like
love-
a weird OnlyFans. That.
No,
not
it's not like that, Ty. It's definitely not like that. What I love about this podcast is that I've already learnt that when I do eventually, hopefully, give birth, you will be up by my head and not by my feet.
Well, yeah, it just depends. I mean, my mum shat on my head when she had me.
Wow.
And I don't know if I want to see that.
Wow.
Because that's a lot. It's just overstimulation.
Uh-huh.
Do you know what I mean? Baby, poo, you screaming,
I'm slightly
doctors around me.
overstimulated by this conversation,
I know,
if I'm honest. Wait, let me give you some scenarios. Okay, so would you miss the birth of our first child to audition for the latest Marvel film?
No. That wasn't me long thinking about it. I was just thinking, it's an audition, mate. Might not even
No,
get it.
good. I appreciate
Might not
the
even get
thought.
it. It's just an audition. Auditions come and go. Babies don't.
Facts. Okay. Would you miss the birth of our first child for...
What's our first child called, by the way? Just out of curiosity. If the baby was called France, I'm not rushing to it. But if the baby was like a cute name, maybe I'll be there. Like,
Well, here you go. Our baby that's named after Dwayne Johnson, would you miss the birth of our first child for his birthday party that you're DJing at?
So wait. So I am DJing for Dwayne The Rock Johnson.
Yes. Maybe we just call the baby The Rock.
That would be sick. Rocky, come here.
That's quite cute.
That's cute.
That's
That's a
going on
cute
the
name.
list.
So I'm DJing for Dwayne The Rock Johnson's birthday party, and
It's a big one as well.
And it's our child's first birthday.
No, it's the birth of our first child. Let's not try and get around it.
That's well hard.
Why is it well
No,
hard?
because I'll caveat this.
Okay.
Because say, for example, I do that DJ set. Number of scenarios that can come out of that. I
Right.
can become DJ's like best ever DJ that he's ever had in his life.
That's true.
So I could be there and just be consistently, just exclusively The Rock's DJ for the rest of my life. That means we've gone clear. Baby's living the best life. He's having like nice food at home.
Right.
He's living good.
What, milk?
He's having like the expensive milk. Yeah. The one that has
Well,
longer
you paying me
shelf
to
life.
breastfeed? Is that what it is?
The
The Rock, in fact.
The Rock could basically sponsor our baby. In a sense, like if I did that DJ set and it absolutely booted off.
Okay.
Okay, I tell you what, I won't go to the DJ set. I
Okay.
would come to the birth.
I've got last scenario.
Mm-hmm.
Would you miss the birth of our first child to host the Brits?
No, never. Miles, I'll be there by your side for anything.
Ah,
I promise.
so sweet.
Now, plot twist. if I was now pregnant, right, and I was able to hold a baby,
Okay, here we go.
would you miss the birth of our child to go and like Beyonce was like, oh my gosh, I'm performing in front of, and you know what? Not even in front of like 90,000 people, in front of like the whole world on the global stage. It's going to be the biggest concert that's ever happened in the whole entire world. People from space can even watch it. I'm pregnant over here with your baby.
Right.
Yeah. I'm literally going through contractions. I'm on the phone to you and I'm like, are you coming? And you're like, Beyonce's just asked me to fill in for her. I'm going to step up to this mark. Are you coming? Are you coming to the birth of our son or not, or daughter?
Well, considering this scenario would never be because you don't have a womb,
That's why it's an unfair
I'm
conversation.
going to say yes.
That's why it's an unfair conversation.
Yeah.
So,
No,
It's an
it's
unfair
not that
conversation.
unfair.
No, it's-
You're saying everyone in the world, including space,
Including our
is
doctor.
watching this
Yeah.
concert
Yes.
and I've been asked to perform. Are
Yes.
you joking?
Okay.
That's gone clear.
Make sure you're ready for it then.
Look,
Make sure you're ready for the prenup to actually be actioned.
Dwayne's funds might not like reach that far. I think the whole world's a stage. Those kind of funds will take us clear.
Okay. Fine. So it's
But,
about you're only in it for the money. You hear that?
All right.
Great. Fantastic.
That's what I
I
said.
feel loved.
Brilliant. You know, this episode's about apologising.
Yeah. I'm sorry. Already. I feel like I'm about to step in the bar.
Celeb apologies, especially
Yeah.
online, they're always a little bit, don't quite hit the mark for me.
Well, the thing is with what I love about celebrity apologies is that 9 times out of 10, I didn't have a freaking clue what was going on anyway.
Yeah.
So I'm like, thank you for bringing me in on this gossip.
Yeah, it
all my days.
highlights the beef, doesn't it?
And then you go into this like really big deep dive, this TikTok hole on, right, where did this begin?
Yeah,
and we
true.
go back to the start of all this controversy. I think it's one of the worst apologies of all time, because also there's not many great apologies out there. I don't know how you can do it online in a way that people are going to go, oh yeah, amazing, he's really sorry, man. Bless
Exactly.
him.
And does anyone
Like-
really come back that strong from them?
No, they just wait for ages until the world's forgotten about it, till other dirt's been done, and then they haven't got a circle
And then
back
they
to
come
it.
back as if,
Then nothing ever happened.
yeah.
One of the worst apologies that ever happened was Justin Timberlake and the Notes app. When he basically did an apology on a Notes app on his phone, and he started apologising to, what are you holding up?
I
that
was
for?
thinking about him. I was just thinking about him screenshotting it.
So you're doing the actions?
Yeah. Sorry.
I'm literally,
I'm sorry.
I'm engaged to a 5-year-old.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow.
No, but
Apologise.
Justin Timberlake, he did a notes app apology, posted it on social media back in 2021, apologising to Britney Spears and Janet Jackson, because he basically benefited off a lot of backlash that was aimed at them too. And then he said he just stayed quiet for ages and then spoke up years later, and it was like way too late. But the things that are included,
he apologised years later.
he apologised years later on a notes app and uploaded it onto social media. But the problem is, on all of these apologies that are ever written, there's some really icky headlines and subjects that are definitely included within it.
Like ticked off on the list.
And it's a bit of a red flag, like if you're getting it. So say, for example, one thing you always say in an apology, if you've done wrong publicly, you go, you acknowledge the people that you've pissed off. So you say something like, listen, I've seen the comments and I just want to address the rumours, or I just want to address the situation. It's like, okay, so you're only doing that because people have been hyping up about it now. You weren't sorry from the get-go.
Yeah, you were sorry you got caught.
Yes. Do you see what I mean? We're not doing that.
I know.
Some people always include the lines of, something along the lines of like, this doesn't change my actions of the past. I know this apology doesn't change what I've done.
Right, acknowledge.
It's like, no, it doesn't. Yeah, okay, but that's not necessarily acknowledging that you're going to do any different. Do you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
You're just
acknowledge
saying,
your wrongdoing.
I can't change what happened, get over it. That's how I heard it.
Yeah.
And then some of them actually also just say the words, I'm sorry, but say sorry to the people. Like, go over to them, man.
Yeah.
Don't say it publicly.
Yeah, it's also like, why are you airing this out to everyone else? Just send them an email.
Literally
direct.
That. Some people also shift the blame. Why you smile at me like? Because I
didn't say anything.
I shift the blame. I'm like, well, you shift the blame a lot. You always go, before you apologise, you always tell me something which has affected the situation as to why it happened. Like, you'll go, oh, well, if it wasn't so hot outside, I would have remembered. Like, you give me
That's
evidence before you then come through to the apology.
I hold my hands up.
You do it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like, well, if you would have remembered to do that, then I wouldn't have. Yeah, that's how you get there.
I don't do it all the time.
And then another thing that people include in these public apologies is, look, I'm not perfect. No one is. Don't drag me in with you, bro.
Yeah.
I didn't do that.
I'm not involved.
I'm literally not involved.
Yeah. Like guilty by association. Like,
yeah, it's not joint enterprise out here.
Yeah, exactly.
I was not at the scene of the crime.
Yeah. Do not place me there under false pretenses.
I'm not perfect. No one is. Forget that.
Wow.
And then, but also, they always round it off and they end on a little bit of hope. Everybody loves a bit of hope in their life, okay? But the hope usually sounds like, I've learned from this, I'm going to grow and I'm going to do better. We don't know that yet.
Yeah.
Facts.
Prove it.
Right? Prove it. Let the proof be in the pudding. Because
Facts.
that's, you're telling me one thing, but you're showing us another. Otherwise, we wouldn't be here reading your apology.
Yeah, I feel one thing about celeb public apologies is they don't take the most accountability. Like, they say they are, and then they kind of don't really do anything after.
Yeah, for real. Thinking about like non-celeb public apologies now, yeah? Say, for example, it was just like, I don't know, you was in the classroom, somebody hit you. Would you want someone to stand up do you think a public apology, like when I say public, I just mean in front of loads of people, is better than one-on-one or the other way around?
I think one-on-one is better because it's not performative then, is it? It's not like, oh, I'm doing it because everyone else is seeing me.
I think that's it. All of these like public apologies are just, they're performative.
Like, do you remember that guy at the Winter Olympics that cheated on his girl?
Oh my day. And he got bronze in the end.
And he
didn't even get the gold.
He didn't even get the goal.
That was instant karma. Waste, man.
Yeah. And then it's like, mate, why are you telling everyone tuning into the Winter Olympics that you've cheated on your girl?
Yeah.
Poor woman. No, I saw there was this one girl on TikTok called Michaela. Like, she's a big... She has a proper like Bronx accent, like very New York. She talks like that. Da, da, da.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's good. What was the eye roll? Why are you doing that?
No, because I'm just not sure about it.
Okay.
Anyway, let's ignore that. But she talks like that. And she's a massive beauty influencer. And there was this thing on TikTok going around called like Lashgate, where she was promoting a mascara.
Right.
And then everyone kind of clocked she had eyelashes on, like fake eyelashes, while she was promoting it. She was like, that's false advertisement.
That is...
And then she kind of did a video kind of addressing the rumours, but didn't quite apologise.
So it wasn't an apology. It was just kind of like, oh, I've seen what you guys are saying about my lashes.
I've seen it. I've heard it. I've taken it in.
So she was putting fake eyelashes on.
And then promoting a mascara that apparently makes your eyelashes really long.
Influences,
So
man.
what I'm saying is the mascara could be shit, but the lashes might be good.
Yeah.
But we won't know.
See, that's why you can't just go into a TikTok hole and buy anything that you see somebody go, oh my guys.
It's true.
Oh my God, guys, so many of you have been asking where I get my mascara from. Nobody has asked that question. Clearly nobody's asked that question because we can see you've got bats on your eyelids.
Yeah.
They are
But also
fake.
I can see that you've linked to the product, that you're getting, commission every time someone buys it anyway.
It's Silly Billy Awards, man.
Silly Billy Awards.
Constantly. What would you say, and you don't have to direct this at me whatsoever, but what would you say is one of the worst apologies that you've ever had? Because I think that we've come to the conclusion there that Lashgate girl, she didn't make an apology, but something's better than nothing.
Lashgate girl.
Lashgate girl.
Sometimes you will tell me something and I will know it's wrong, like a fact or something that's happened. Like the other day, it was like Sam and Pete won an award at some awards that you went to.
Yeah.
And I went, oh, they won that award last year because I was there. And then you were like, no, they didn't. This was the first time they won it. And then I went on their Instagram. They were like, second year in a row. But anyway, so.
Yes, my love, you are right.
Yeah, thank you. But what I'm saying is sometimes you will say something that I know is wrong. I will tell you the right answer and you will back and forth with me until I prove to you it's right. And then I get like a bit of a half-ass, oh, sorry. And then you kind of change the subject as to why it was what you thought it was in the first place.
Because there's nobody else that I know in my life, that would, honestly, and I say this is a sly compliment, to be fair.
Okay.
There's nobody else that I know in my life that would go above and beyond, like literally move the world with their own hands, go through any treacherous journey, no matter what time or day, no matter how much energy they have left in the system. You could be running on empty. I don't know anybody else in this world that would go that far to prove that they are correct than you. Molly, you brought it up a day later. You said, oh, by the way, just what you said yesterday, you were wrong about that because look, you will go above and beyond to prove that I am incorrect.
I will. Yeah, I will. Do you know what? That's because I've grown up with a dad and an older brother, and I feel like as I've got older, I'm not taking it anymore.
Do you not
if
just
I know I'm right, I'm right.
Yeah, facts. Like you probably are right, but do you not just want to be like, oh yeah, it probably is like that? Like, do you actually need to know the facts to have fun with it? Who has fun with facts? Don't get me wrong. I have a load of facts, which I have fun with, which I learned in lockdown every night. But you, on the other hand, you thrive off me being wrong.
That's not true. I just thrive on if you've told me something wrong, I'm going to give you the right answer.
Fine.
And I'm proud of my knowledge. And I'm also competitive. So obviously I'm going to want the validation that I was correct.
Anytime, like when we first got together, especially, like all those facts that I learned in lockdown, why when I said the facts, did you like you weren't really impressed? Because that's also knowledge.
Yes, it is. But it's like, it's just a load of shit, really. Like it's not anything that's actually that important. If you told me something that was going on today and I was like, oh, that's really factual, thank you.
If all the kangaroos in Australia were to invade Uruguay, each Uruguayan would need to fight off 14 kangaroos.
Yeah, I know.
That is a sick fact. That is very impressive.
I'm convinced.
That is one of those ones.
You're selling that one, but I showed you that.
What? No, you didn't. No,
yes.
you didn't. No way are you taking ownership of that. It's like... now you start thinking of 14 kangaroos coming over to fight a man.
Ty, we've had 5 episodes of this podcast already and you've already told that fact. So you can't have done one every single day in COVID.
Just wait for the next 5.
Okay.
Next 5 episodes, I've got facts every episode.
I'm invested.
Mate. Be that Ty's
have I ever given you a dodgy apology?
No, aside from beating around the bush and telling me every reason as to how you got there when you were wrong and then finally apologising on the other end of it. But again, that's just like us communicating and actually coming to an understanding, which is legit. Like I promise you now, out of all the experiences I've ever had in my life, this is like the easy sailing one, because either way, and this ain't me just getting deep on you, but when I deep it, you and me, like, you are my best friend, right? Without a doubt, you're my best friend. So then even when we've gone through the arguments, we've gone through the other side of it, I'll sit there and go, oh man, it's just like, we're going to talk again. Like, I'm not going to be that, I can't be that angry forever. It's actually not that deep.
No.
I don't care who got the award last year. I don't care who's right. I don't care what the name of that footballer is. If I pronounce it wrong or you pronounce it right, don't care. But then also, well, I say no. The reason why I compare it is because, and this ain't, I very, very rarely compare to the past, but I'm just more so grateful now. I was seeing a girl once, right?
Mm-hmm.
I was seeing a girl once, and this is probably the worst apology I ever got, is because she was basically like not into me. But she said it in a way, she basically said it on percentages. Yeah. So she said, I'm sorry, but it's like 60-40. And I went, well, what side's 60 and what side's 40? And she was like, 60% I don't like you, 40% I do like you. And that broke my heart. And that was the worst apology. I was like, why are you apologising? Why are you giving me a percentage?
Surely that was like primary school.
We're teenagers.
Okay.
Teenagers. Like, not recent. Nowhere near recent.
Can you imagine? Like, one week I just come to you like, babe.
60-40.
60-40.
Dead.
And next time you annoy me, I'm going to be like, babe, it's 60-40.
Yeah, let's just drag up trauma from the past, shall we?
All right.
Let's just...
Sorry about that.
Probably just got over it.
No, do you know what? Taking it back, I appreciate what you said, by the way. And I think what's something that we are really good at is recognising that some things aren't that deep. And we always say to each other, where if we've had like a little bicker on like over something stupid, we always say like, it's champagne problems.
Champagne problems.
It's our favourite thing to say to each other, like champagne problems, because it just kind of brings you back to earth. And it's like, we're fighting over these little things. It's almost like, because you know how good like our foundation is together, you're always like panicking if something's like a little bit, you know, out of whack or just not quite right. And that makes us panic more. But actually it's like a champagne problem. It would literally be that, oh, I forgot to take the washing out 2 nights in a row. Yeah. Well, I mean, it just puts into perspective. It almost like allows you to categorize the problem and be like, oh, actually, is this worth an argument? I think so. Will I care about this tomorrow? Yeah, so many people on a day-to-day basis, whether you're going into your workplace, whether you're around your friends, or you've had like a little fallout with someone, or you're having road rage or things like that, like if you actually deep it and go, oh, this is a champagne problem, at least you're in a car, at least you're going to a job, at least you are loved, at least you do have those things around you. I think that's really important. One of the arguments... It's not an argument, it's a disagreement. Okay, all right, fine. One of the disagreements that we have at home is who gets control of the remote when we're sitting down to watch TV at the end of the day. It's a big decision. TV is a big deal for us and it's how we unwind. So who's in charge matters a lot. Yeah, which is why, thanks to Channel 4, we're working out a more democratic way to decide who's picking what we're watching, right? We've been going head to head in challenges and the winner gets the remote. So when I win, we'll be watching Undeclared War, right? A thriller that drops you right in the action, surveillance, politics, danger, just the good, meaty stuff that you can get your teeth into, yeah? And the cast is crazy as well. You've got Simon Pegg, Sean Brooke, Alex Jennings, so many more. I can't wait to get involved with that. You're going to have to wait for a bit, because when I win, we'll be watching The Piano. Claudia Winkleman and Mika are going all across the country to find some of the most amazing pianists that you'd never expect. It's heartwarming. It's proper feel-good TV. Right then, I think it's time we just get into this game and then we'll just have to see, right? We'll both have puzzles in front of us. All we have to do is assemble them. So we'll be just deciphering puzzles just like they do in Undeclared War. And whoever does it quicker is the winner, aka me. Well, actually, I felt like that was a bit easy. In Undeclared War, they have to solve problems under pressure. Yeah. So I've asked our producer to ramp up the pressure a little bit, and they'll be asking us Channel 4 themed questions as we go. So do you still feel confident about that? Well, no, but you don't need to add more pressure into the situation. Well, I think I do. Okay, let's just do it then. Oh, this is sick. How's it looking? I feel like a spy. Hey. Go.
Go, gang.
Which government department does undeclared war
Communications.
focus on?
Is it?
Government Communications Department. Go
I'll
on.
give you that, correct.
Government Communications question. Yeah? Government Communications Department. Great, what's that?
UK Government Communications Headquarters.
Oh, headquarters.
Fair play.
In First Dates, what is Fred Syriax's job within the restaurant?
He's like front of house.
Restaurant manager. Just the guy to...
The host.
The official name.
Waiter.
Go French.
Oh, the
French.
for no, it's like a chateau provençal. It's like a, you know the one I'm on about, like when he's a restaurant, go on.
Correct answer is Maitre d'.
Maitre d'!
Maitre d'.
What decade is the original series of This Is England set in?
Is it the
70s.
80s?
Correct, the 1980s.
Perfect.
Okay. You know you don't get any points for getting this right anyway,
that's
so
a
it don't
great.
matter.
That's a great show, though. This Is England.
Can you name the 4 main characters in the In-Betweeners?
Simon,
Neil,
Jay,
Jay,
Neil.
and...
No, don't steal my one. I just gave you
Will.
that one.
Correct.
Well, but you didn't say the other ones.
I said Simon, Neil, Jay, and
That's a point each.
Will.
What is the name of the actor with a major role in both Derry Girls and...
Dylan
Dylan
Llewellyn.
Llewellyn.
Correct.
That's our boy.
So close
I am
so far.
I'm so practically done. You might as well just stop now and just let me crack on.
Oh, really? Yeah.
Done.
No!
Yes!
No!
Look how close that was. Oh my god.
Gutted. It was just...
Oh, I'm sweating.
It was the clothes that were hard.
Just take a little look at that. What are we watching? What are we watching tonight?
Yet another war crime
No, it's
thing.
not. Listen, it's decent, man. That
No,
Undeclared
I'm
War.
excited to watch it, to be fair.
We're diving in.
You can watch Undeclared War, The Piano, and so much more. Stream now on Channel 4.
Thanks again, Channel 4. Now back to the show.
Talking of champagne problems and not being, too pressed about the little things, I've done a little bit of research and I've thought of a little game we can play to put that to the test.
Okay.
It's called Sorry Not Sorry, and it's basically we each bring a few points to each other about what annoys each other about the other, and you either say that you're sorry or
Sorry, not sorry, because
Or you're not
that's just
sorry.
me anyway.
yeah.
Okay, cool.
And back yourself.
Yeah, you could double down on it.
And just to preface that, we actually don't know what each other have written about the other, so fingers crossed. We're still
Fingers
together.
crossed for what? Like, let's not just say the confession. Say the confessions. And I'll
okay.
say either sorry or sorry, not sorry.
Tyler, it really annoys me when you have to get up and clean things immediately and can't relax until it's done.
Okay. Well, sorry, not sorry.
Oh.
Sorry. Sorry about being sorry. I'm sorry, not sorry.
Okay.
You will eat your food, yeah, on your tray, sat on our sofa, and you will then go, all right, I'm just going to put that to the side. And then it can stay there for 3 to 5 business working days.
Days?
Yeah. Come on, Miles.
You're
no, it will. What will happen?
You're
I think
an
what will happen,
exaggerator.
and I can't let this happen because it's just going to add on to the workload tomorrow. I guarantee you it will be on the side and it'll be like, oh, I'll sort that in the morning. Then you're immediately delayed the day after. That's the only reason I do it, babe. I swear to God.
Yeah.
It's the only reason I do it. But okay, maybe I could let my mouthful finish before I get up
Yeah.
and go start
But
cleaning.
sometimes it's like,
I'm
it's
sorry
so
about
immediate.
the urgency of it.
It's so immediate. And then you'll go, babe, do you want to help sort the dishes? And I'm like, flipping out. I've just finished my last mouthful.
Okay, all right, right. I'm apologising about the urgency. I'm sorry.
The urgency is bad.
Okay.
But I understand why you do it.
Mm-hmm.
All right, have you got one for me?
Yeah. Don't like it when you chew your fingers.
Sorry.
You got like,
It's
she got
a
the most, she
disgusting-
always has like a manicure, done pedicure. Oh, babe, look at my manicure, pedicure. But whenever Molly's nervous, she's like instead of biting nails or anything like that, she'll just like bite her fingers.
Yeah, the skin. It's really bad. It's anxiety. It's just a bad habit that I've always had. Like when I was younger, I'm really baiting myself out here. When I was younger, I had, the stumps for nails because I used to bite my nails really
Yeah,
bad.
that's mad.
But now I have long nails. I just have terrible skin around them. And it's something that I'm working on. And I appreciate when you tell me about it.
Yeah.
Tyler, It
I love when you're
annoys
starting every one of these like a love letter, by the way, like Tyler. I really
Dear
don't like
Tyler.
Yeah, go on.
It annoys me when you get annoyed at me for not making decisions, yet you immediately after ask me to make a decision for you.
I'm sorry. I can't, like, Moles, come on. I'll ask you, what do you fancy for food?
Right.
And then you'll go, I don't know what you having. And I'm like, well, I wouldn't have asked you if I knew what I was having. So I'm clearly seeking some reassurance over here. So that's why I'm asking. I feel like neither one of us can make our minds up.
No, but you always get mad at me for not making decisions. Yeah, I know for a fact you don't want to make the decision either. Like, for example, right, I'll say to Ty, like, what should I put on for this? Like, do you know what the vibe is? You know, what's the dress code? You'd be like, oh, I don't know, babe, like, da-da-da. And I'm like, well, what are you wearing? And you're like, well, I've got these two options. Like, which one do you think? And then I'm like, you're basically just asking me to make two decisions. I could barely make one for myself. It's a struggle.
Champagne problem, bro.
Champagne problem.
Champagne problem.
Yeah, spud me on that, actually.
Yeah, don't
Thank
worry
you.
about that. Okay,
Don't worry about that.
Okay. Oh, I'm sorry.
Brilliant.
I
Oh, no.
I deliberately walk faster because I know that you'll complain, but you always complain about how I walk.
Not sorry.
Why are you not sorry?
Because we literally started this episode talking about how short I am.
You walk slow, yeah.
There is a foot difference in height. That means for every 1 foot you walk, I have to walk 2. It's like a toddler following its child. Following its child.
Following its child, yes.
It's like a toddler following the parent, you know, when they've taken like 1,000,000 steps to your 1 step.
Well, I'm just reading the room and I'm being like, I almost feel like I'm on private security sometimes because you walk so slow. I'm like 2 steps ahead of you, scouting out the route.
It is weird. Sometimes I think people aren't going to know like we're actually chilling together because you're about 2 paces in front.
Yeah.
And that's all right.
So you're not sorry for walking slow and complaining?
I'm not meaning to walk slow.
All right, fine.
Yeah, not sorry for that one.
Okay.
I'll back myself.
Go on,
Right.
have you got a final one?
It really annoys me when you put a t-shirt on for 5 minutes and immediately put it in the wash bin after.
I'm just a clean person. How is that a bad thing? Like, I sweat.
What a waste
You
of
sweat.
detergent.
I could tell that you don't put your t-shirts in the wash after 5 minutes. Do you know what I mean?
Wow.
That's not even a dig. That's just like the honest truth. Like, sometimes you go, nah, it's all right, I only had it on for 5 minutes. No, that's not the question you should be asking yourself. The question you should be asking is, does it smell? Do you know what I mean?
And I do that.
Huh?
That is how I judge.
You smell it.
I smell
So
it
you do
before I
the
put it in
smells.
yeah.
Then your nostrils are off at the moment because there's some t-shirts that I've then put in the wash and
Okay.
I'm like, I've put back into my wardrobe because you're like, no, but don't need to put that back in there. And I'm like, don't know.
Yeah, I mean, especially in the summer, yes. But there are some times where I've literally ran down.
Do you know what? It's actually probably just habit as well. Because anytime, like, when I lived at home with mum, bless her, like, but she would always just, if I, you know, when I walk into a household, I just get naked, right?
Yeah.
I did obviously do that at my mum's, but I would just get into my boxers because I overheat so easy.
Yeah.
Like,
You get a bit overstimulated by clothes.
Yes. Like, literally, if we weren't videoing this podcast, I would be here in my boxers, no doubt.
Maybe we should do an episode like that. Comfort.
Sorry, guys. Everybody in the room right now, you don't need to be around that. Comfort. But yeah, at the same time, it's like, anytime I would take my clothes off, mum would just be like, oh, well, that's a bit of washing there. And it would just disappear.
Yeah. And that's what you do
I
now.
just do it. I'm half sorry.
Detergent and fabric softener is expensive.
Yeah.
And we're getting through it. That's all I'm saying.
Okay, my final quick one is you always announce this a hair wash day.
Yes.
That's fucking annoying. Moles, I get my hair cut every week. Yeah.
Yeah, which is always factored into my schedule.
Yeah, so I never ever go, oh, it's haircut day today, babe, just to let you know.
Well, you do because you're like, well, babe, I'm not going to be back
You
till...
know I've got to go get my trim. I don't like, but no, you wash your hair and then you expect me to notice it. I don't know how you're meant to notice those things.
Okay.
Do you know what I
Great.
mean?
Well, not sorry.
All right, fair.
I think
does look nice.
Do
Though.
you know
Does
what?
smell nice. I do rate
It
it.
all goes back to you being aggy with me for taking long getting ready. I'm letting you know beforehand, so you know it's adding like an extra half hour at least onto the get ready schedule.
Okay,
Hair wash day is an important day.
it is an important.
And people
day.
with long hair
We're all part
will
of that
understand.
experience when it
Or people
happens.
with hair in general
Yeah.
will understand.
Yeah. Okay. Fair.
So not sorry. Last one for you.
All right. Make it last one then, because now it's like
It annoys me when you order a Chinese takeaway, but then you immediately lecture me about how we need to lock in on health and fitness. It's like, I didn't order it, Tyler West. You did. Did I suggest it? No, you did. Because you love to lecture me about, babe, like, come on now, like, we need to lock in, like, you know, we've got to do a low carb day today. We've got to, you know, double session it in the
Stop.
gym. And then you'll
Stop.
order up a Chinese and then you'll be lecturing me as if I was the one who instigated this.
okay.
Ran over.
Did you like the food?
It was all right.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying. That's an every week occurrence. It's just the guilt. Any takeaway, I always like. Some people get beer fear. I get takeaway fear. The day
Yeah.
after, I wake up and I'm just like so groggy, and I'm like, right, cool, we need to lock in. So I'm sorry. I am genuinely sorry for lecturing you about food when
Like-
we get takeaway, because it is our love language.
Like,
as
didn't
well,
you
so,
just go to Taste of London?
Yes.
And then you got back, which is a festival dedicated to food, where you
Banging
can
food.
get any food from anywhere in London,
Yeah.
hence the name. And then this guy comes home, orders a Chinese. I thought, you've been around food all day.
I didn't have Chinese food till I got home.
Fair.
That's the point.
I get it.
Um,
That concludes my game. I feel like we're sorry. We've got a nice balance of sorry and not sorry there.
yes,
Still not sorry about washing my hair.
I'm just sorry. I just didn't mean it. I'm feeling bad now. This is it. Right. Well, I've actually done a little bit of research myself, and I
Okay.
think that one of the key parts of when it comes to an apology is the communication of you just knowing what I'm saying, right? So we're going to do something called You Say, I Guess. Okay, so theoretically, I think me and you, we're very in sync. Most successful relationships are very in sync, where they can just give each other a look, they can say a couple of words, and you know what the other person means, right?
True.
So we've got some noise cancelling headphones, right? I'm going to whack them upon your head, and then I'm going to tell you something, and you've got to guess what I am apologising about.
Okay, brilliant.
Make sense?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Okay, let's grab
I'm
those.
locked in. Do we get something if we win? Because I guarantee I'm going to do better than you.
Yeah, we'll do a forfeit.
Oh, what if you lose?
Right, we're going to play this game, but the stakes are high because whoever gets the most wrong is going to have to do a forfeit. Okay, it's going to be it's going to be an apology, yeah, to someone of the other person's choice,
Okay, sweet.
written by the other person.
Excellent.
Great, amazing.
I'm
Right,
excited.
So, right, chuck those on your head.
Okay.
Let's see how we get on with
I'm
this.
scared.
I'm sorry that I pretend that I can't hear you when I'm in the other room. Why are you creasing?
You're sorry that you pretend you can't hear me.
Yeah. Oh my God, how'd you get that? What, did you turn it off? What was that?
You're sorry that you pretend you can't hear me in the other room. I knew you did. Round two.
No, okay, great.
Did I get it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. I'm sorry
You're sorry.
that I always use your razor in the shower.
Say it again.
That I always use your razor in the shower. That I always use your razor in the shower.
That you went to something in the shower. Say it again.
That I always use your razor in the shower.
You used my razor in the shower.
Nah, I'm not very good at this. This is the worst game ever.
I'm sick of this game. Did I get that right?
Yeah. See what I mean? When Molly's winning, she don't care what's going on in between. She doesn't care about the razor. She doesn't care that I don't listen to her. She cares about winning right now.
Yes.
I'm sorry that every time I fart, I look to blame you first.
Every time you fart, you what?
I look to blame you first. I look to blame you first.
Every time you fart, you what?
Blame you first.
Blame me first.
This is the most stupid game in the whole entire world.
This is a great game.
Okay, that's 3 out of 3. Congratulations.
Thank you.
So, like, let's be honest. I have to get 3 out of 3. Otherwise, it's rock, paper, scissors, and I do a forfeit.
Okay, brilliant. I could have gone again. There you go.
So you don't care. You don't care about anything that I've just said. You are just like
No.
in it to win it, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Great.
I am noting
That's
though.
cool.
Don't use
Yeah,
my razor
fine.
again. No wonder it's so blunt.
Okay.
I'm sorry
I'm sorry
for always
for always.
forgetting one thing. Forgetting one thing when leaving the house when you've already reminded me.
I'm sorry for forgetting when I leave the house for always one thing. I'm sorry
Close.
when I leave the house, I always forget one thing.
Yeah.
Where's your pass to get into the building? On cue.
It's
as well.
at home.
It's at home. See,
It's
that's what I'm
at home.
saying. She was so gassed because she got a new pass to get into
I've
the podcast
been
studio.
complaining that I've been coming into Bauer for 2 years straight and
Yeah.
don't have a pass. And
Yes.
one day I get one. I've left it at home.
See what I mean?
Okay.
I was good. That took a lot of brain cells for me to decipher that. Okay, you ready for the next one?
Yes. I'm sorry
Sorry.
for using your toothbrush when mine was out of charge.
Say it. Why are you laughing? Just say it. Say it.
I'm sorry.
It's bare on fair.
I'm
Say,
sorry.
I'm sorry
for using
for
your
using
toothbrush when mine
your
was out of charge.
toothbrush when
Mine was out of charge.
yours runs out of charge. You're sorry for using my toothbrush when yours runs out of charge. That is disgusting. Might as well just spit in my mouth. Realistically. Come on, Moles.
Want to go there?
Next. It's a fun one. If I get this, we're tied. Easy.
Okay. I'm sorry for getting makeup on your cap. I'm sorry for getting makeup on your cap.
I'm sorry.
For
For
getting
getting-
makeup on your cap.
One more time.
I'm sorry for getting makeup on your cap.
Makeup on you. Gout. Makeup.
You're done.
On the gout. You said makeup gout.
You've not got it.
What was it?
I'm sorry for getting makeup on your cap.
Then what is a gout?
I didn't say gout.
Run it back. I don't know. I feel like you lot are mugging me off here. I need evidence of that. I'm gonna lose. So have I lost? I've lost my own game. Great.
I mean, we knew that was
Cool.
going to be the outcome.
That's fine. That's another thing that you want. You know what you should do? You should just get like a leaderboard of all the games you've ever won and beat me at and just put it on your side.
I
of
would
this
love
beautiful set
that.
we got here now.
Do you know what? When I was on CBBC back in the day, on Friday Download, we had a leaderboard. And of course, I was at the top on that as
Leaderboard
well.
for what? How many things you've just won in life?
Yeah,
Great.
games.
You overachieve or whatever.
All right. Obviously, I got 3 out of 3. And you got 2 out of 3,
So I came second.
which also means that you lost. Therefore, you have to do a forfeit.
Yeah. So who do you want me to apologise to?
I would love you to call Marvin Humes and apologise for the fact that when you guys turn up to places in a similar outfit, you've actually planned it.
That's unfair.
Yeah, but it happens quite a lot to
I
you.
am not doing that.
Just say, like, I'm really sorry for checking on your stories before I come out, seeing what you're wearing and trying to match.
Yo, broski. Hope you're good, man. Hope you had a nice little trip away. Disney looked wicked. Listen, I just wanted to say quickly that, bro, I owe you an apology, big time, because basically, bro, I didn't really know how to tell you it, but every single time that you've basically we've gone out at the same time, I've checked your stories and seen what you're wearing, and then I've gone, bro, I need to wear that, and I've turned up, and I know, like, it's just a bit like, oh, raw, Ty's here, we're wearing the same stuff again. I just didn't want you to think it was weird, like, or that you're going crazy about it, but I'm truly sorry. Truly sorry, bro. But listen, look, we'll catch up when you get back. And yeah, let me know. Love.
It sounded quite sincere, to be fair.
That was very sincere. And that's the biggest
from the
bullshit.
heart.
He's going to look at that and go, what is he on?
Hope you're good, mate. Yeah, holiday wicked. Still in the States at the minute.
Yeah.
It's mad that you've said all this because I'm not going to lie. It was getting a bit awkward, if I'm being real. So I remember we went to that brunch that time and I turned up in those cream trousers and the white tee. And then 2 hours later, you rock up in the same cream trousers and white tee.
That was my absolute
And obviously at the time I thought it was coincidence,
story?
but yeah, obviously it's a bit mad what you're telling me. Like even when we did the Halloween thing and I said to you I was going to be Deadpool and then you said you wanted to come as Deadpool as well. And then even then I was like, no, you should be Wolverine, you know what I mean? So then I thought that was weird as well.
It looks like I'm begging it off him.
And then there was another time it happened and it's just, yeah, it's a bit weird, bro, to be honest.
Okay.
Like, you don't need to be doing that. You're your own man, you know what I mean? You've got your lovely fiance, you got a full head of hair, even after the hair transplant.
Boy, me.
Like you're cool, bro. Like, you don't need to be copying. Just be you, yeah? All right, bro. It's all with love. All right, take care. Love to Mars.
Look, he's very serious, bro. It looks like I'm licking his heart.
Oh, shit.
Oh, Moles, I was dead.
No. Sorry.
I feel like we've got somewhere.
We
I don't
have.
know where we've got to. We've got somewhere when it comes to apologising.
You know, we're nothing without communication.
That's a fact.
And I believe that we are quite strong at apologising when we need to.
And if not, then just see the funny side to it.
Yeah,
Do you know what I mean?
exactly. So I was thinking the clause could be, we promise to always swallow our pride and say I'm sorry before our petty desire to win an argument turns into the 3-day silent treatment.
Fine. Okay, that sounds good. I don't want to do 3-day silent treatment.
No,
It doesn't need to escalate to that.
no, that's the whole
So we'll
point of the
just say
clause.
sorry and swallow it. Move on.
Yes.
Promise? I ain't crossing my fingers or toes. I'm good. Like, I'm good with that. I can do that.
Cool.
100%.
Promise. This week's When You Know, You Know was when you knew you weren't a kid anymore.
Mm-hmm.
When did you know you weren't a kid anymore?
I'm engaged. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Okay.
So, what, last year?
Yeah. Yeah, practically.
Brilliant.
Practically. I can't turn back now.
I knew I wasn't a kid anymore. You know, when you're a kid and your parents would be talking, and they'd be like, "Oh, we know they're asleep because if you lift their arm up and it stays there, it means they're asleep."
Yeah.
And I knew that I had lost my privilege of being carried to bed when I kept my arm there.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Because they knew I was obviously not asleep.
That is the stupidest thing that you have ever done in your entire life.
I know.
Okay, yeah. So when you know you weren't a kid anymore, we want to say a massive thank you as well, first of all, to everybody that sent in their suggestions and their stories at prenup.pod on the socials, or you can email us theprenup at bauermedia.co.uk.
Mm-hmm.
Go for it.
When you knew you weren't a kid anymore, when someone called me sir.
Oh, as in when they go, "How you doing, sir?"
Yeah.
I don't know.
That is whole.
Yeah, I say sir to cab drivers. Don't know why. Don't know why I'm calling them sir. I'm like, "Hi, how you doing, sir?"
Boss.
Boss is like shops. Any shop.
Oh, but sometimes you get an Uber and you're like, "You're right, boss."
Long
Like,
night. When did you ever get into a cab and go, "You're right, boss"?
not with you.
Okay, clearly.
When you know you weren't a kid anymore. When 2 kids ran towards me and one said, "Watch out for that old lady." I was 27. Been there. When I started to see Disney villains as iconic divas.
Yes.
It's true. Like, I actively watched The Little Mermaid.
Right.
But now Ursula, baddie.
Yeah, she is. I would.
Back in the day, me and her would...
No, just obviously
didn't quite
cousin,
hit.
But no,
I was so in my own train of thought that I kind of missed that.
Yeah.
So let's rewind.
you said baddies. She's a bit of a baddie.
Yeah.
She's obviously not real. She's a Disney character. It doesn't
Do
matter.
you know who
but-
else's mum is a baddie? You know Rapunzel,
I don't know her. but
her mother who knows best, Entangled.
yeah.
She's a bit of a
She's
baddie.
a bit of a baddie.
Curly hair, big eyes.
Fairy godmother from Shrek.
Okay,
Decent.
right. Each their own.
Decent.
When my mum didn't buy me an Easter egg,
That is frustrating as well.
that and advent calendars, sad.
The last year that happened to me, that was 20, where are we now? 2026, 3 years ago, 2023.
She bought you an Easter egg in 2023.
Mum bought me an Easter egg. Mum would buy me an Easter egg every single year up until 2023 because it was after, I remember it was after the Strictly Come Dancing tour.
Wow.
That's now I knew I was an adult at that point. I was like, I need to buy my own. And it's a bit weird me going in to buy my own Easter egg. I didn't want to
Yeah,
treat
it doesn't
myself.
quite feel
You have to buy for someone
socially
else.
acceptable, does it?
Yeah, not having that.
When I started enjoying olives.
Facts.
We both have got to that phase.
At the same time as well, because olives are clapped. They're not nice.
They're
it's an
not
acquired
great.
taste.
But for some reason, there's one day when that all switches.
They're all just nice, isn't it?
Yeah.
But if you put one in your mouth and it's got the pip in it, don't like it.
No, that's long.
I feel like I've been betrayed by whoever
yeah,
dished out the
yeah.
olives.
You're like, oh, now I have to.
spit it into
spit it
into
out.
my hand and put it down. I'm not doing
Yeah,
that.
no, it's not one.
Right, thank you for everybody that sent in the stories and suggestions for this week's When You Know, You Know. Next week, we're going with When You Knew You Had to Leave. When you knew you had to leave the situation. When you know, you know. Okay. Make sure you get involved on the socials at prenup.pod, or you can email us, theprenup@bauermedia.co.uk. We're off to go apologise to each other
Yeah.
some more about what we've said in this episode.
Brilliant.
And you got to know when this episode goes out, you can't just start rehashing things.
No, I won't.
It's a safe space.
I won't.
We promise.
We've said it. We've said our apologies now.
Fine.
Let's move on.
Let's move on. Champagne.
Champagne problems. See you next week.
Thank you.
Bye. Thanks again to Channel 4 for sponsoring the show. Stream all together different shows with Channel 4.